The Pain Foundation aims to help hundreds of thousands of New Zealanders have new options for managing their conditions, such as depression, back pain, neck pain, migraine and headache.
मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरं यत्कृतं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे.
Welcome to the launch of the New Zealand Pain Foundation. I'm guessing that's what it is. My name's Raven Cam. I'll be sort of guiding traffic this evening. Please welcome to the stage, absolutely, positively, Fran Wild.
Thank you, Raven. Kia ora tātou. Greetings everybody, Dr. Kanji and all our distinguished guests here tonight. I had an invitation in the mail some time ago to this event and I said, hey, a New Zealand Pain Foundation, what an amazing idea. Yes, I'll go to that. And so I said yes, and then I had this phone call and Dr. Kanji rang me and said, so you're coming to the event? Yes, so would you mind speaking? And I said, well, actually I'd love to because I think it's such a great idea. And if I can help, tell me what I can do. So here I am. And then he sent me his book. So I started reading the book and I'd go through chapter, yep, tick, yep, tick, tick, tick. And so I thought there's really something going on here. So just, first of all, then, I rang back and I said, okay, when I speak, give me some things to say about pain, because I only know my experience of it. So Giresh sent me some stuff, and I'm going to tell you what it is. Currently, over 25% of the population suffer from common pain complaints. Most do not even know their symptoms, we saw that, and that severely restricts the chance of managing the condition, and that's really important. Lower back pain. How many people here have had lower back pain? Ha ha, there you are, you see, and the rest of you, you will get it, I can tell you. Most common complaint in the world. Over the last 3 months, 1 out of every 4 New Zealanders, and 1 in 6 people in the world suffered from migraine and 1 in 6 neck pain. The ACC bill, and we pay for this, for lower back pain is around $300 million a year. And you know, it's not just the money cost, it's actually the personal and emotional cost on people, because constant pain is the most terrible, debilitating thing. And I think it must trigger off depression in people, and I would suggest some of them suicide as well. In my case, I just wish that Giresh Kanji had been around doing this sort of stuff 30 years ago when I was really young, because then I maybe wouldn't be in the state I'm in today. Yes, yes, indeed. So, you know, for me, pain has been constant companion. It's always been back pain, and then it goes down your legs, so, you know, and hip and all the rest of it. And I tell you, I have been personally supporting the pharmaceutical industry. If it weren't for me, they wouldn't have any profits. I've had major surgery, I've been there, done all of that, and even when I did get the good diagnosis, what I found was you might have the surgery, but then you're kind of abandoned. And so it's all that other stuff, probably before would have been useful, but even after, that you don't get. And so when I said reading his book, I kept saying, yes, yes, tick, warmth, heat, deep tissue massage, these sorts of things. Swimming, well, I actually hate swimming, but I know it works. So probably not, I'm a bit remiss on that. But all of these things, some of these things I've had to find out myself just by trial and error. And when I read the book, it was like the lights going on. He was somebody who'd put all this stuff down and more in one place. But the worst thing about chronic pain is actually insomnia, or inability to sleep. And those of you that have been through this will know what I'm talking about. When you don't get your sleep, you can't function properly. And for me, that has been the worst thing in trying to manage that back pain, not being able to sleep. So, Giresh, more strength to you. I absolutely support the launch of the New Zealand Pain Foundation. I'm going to try and help you find some investors so we can actually get going on the clinical trials that you're going to be doing in association with Massey University. People need to be able to manage their pain without having major back operations and without having all those false diagnoses that, or suggestions, they probably weren't diagnoses, that we saw on the video there. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful initiative of yours. And I still, as I say, where were you 20 or 30 years ago? You've wasted half your life, of course, not doing it earlier, but we won't hold that against you. So I'm very grateful for your asking me here tonight, because I wouldn't have read your book and it wouldn't have affirmed all of that stuff for me. And I do hope that you have every success. This is a very worthwhile ambition. New Zealanders are not fit people. We think we're all a great sporting nation. We're not at all. We're a bunch of couch potatoes, and we have, a lot of us have bodies that are pretty crappy, actually. So we have to be honest about ourselves as Kiwis, you know. Sorry. Oh, some of you are phenomenal, but a lot of us are not phenomenal, I have to say. So I think it's time that we had some advice from the medical profession of the nature that we're getting from Giresh, that we can manage these things. It doesn't need to cost a lot. There are some simple measures we can take, and actually we can have a livable life. We don't have to have a life of chronic pain. So thank you for asking me here tonight. I'm very pleased to be associated with this, and I shall be watching it very carefully through Massey University to see what's happening to your research. Thank you.
Thank you, friend Wild. I'm about to introduce someone who you've seen in the video. He, just to give you some background, he actually is a doctor. Like, for real. Like, for real. He's vocationally registered in musculoskeletal medicine with the New Zealand Medical Council, which is, not like something you printed off the internet. A member of the Australasian Faculty of Musculoskeletal Medicine and the New Zealand Association of Musculoskeletal Medicine and the New Zealand Pain Society. Also the author of a book which you can buy this evening. So please, welcome to the stage, Dr. Giresh Kanji.
Ladies and gentlemen, pain and suffering are universal. We all know someone who has experienced chronic pain, depression, and ended their lives due to suicide. My father and mother experienced this with the loss of their child. I've personally experienced the mental anguish of both physical pain and mental pain. It can leave you feeling brittle. It can leave you feeling burned. It can break you. We live in a world in which we seek quick solutions to our problems. We live in a world in which the pharmaceutical companies rule health. In 2012, $1 trillion was spent on pharmaceutical drugs around the world. And I had to look it up. $1,000 billion. Yet, among us, there are people who have back pain, neck pain, who suffer regular migraine, headache, who are depressed. And every single day in New Zealand, someone commits suicide. We do not need to suffer. We need answers. We need solutions to our health problems based on the cause of those problems. Without a cause, there can be no cure. Imagine a world in which there were solutions. Imagine a world in which the solutions were based at the cause of the problem. Imagine long-term solutions to our health. Did you know that there are over 8 studies in the world that show regular exercise is the same as an antidepressant? Did you know that regular exercise has the equivalent effect of the best anti-migraine tablet on the planet? Recently, I did a trial that showed sauna had the equivalent effect of the best anti-tension headache medicine in the world. If you've ever been to the doctor suffering from headache, migraine, or depression, have any of these options been given to you? Or have you left carrying a prescription? None the wiser as to the cause of your problem. What's going to happen to you when you finish the tablets? Where will that leave you?